Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. Thank you so much for being part of this very platform. I appreciate you as you join us on a daily basis. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to this very channel, kindly subscribe. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Like the program and share it. Share the program on all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you so that we can be able to get this information across. Fellow Biafrans, remember, this platform where you are watching this program is Biafra Exodus Talk TV, a platform where we bring information that has to do with the restoration of independent state of Biafra. A platform where we preach the gospel of Biafra, a platform where we bring informations coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. In this platform, we say things that has to do with the restoration of independence of Biafra, and we expose the war that Nigeria have declared upon the Biafran people. If you want to see evidence, go to the X platform of our Prime Minister. You will see video evidence and picture evidence that will blow your mind. Fellow Biafrans that are watching, today is Sunday, and today is the 11th of August 2024. I welcome you once again in this other section of the program. Fellow Biafrans, as you all know, a lot is going on in Biafra land, and Biafrans are focused without getting distracted. Today being 11th, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria is going to have a town hall meeting with all the Biafrans in Africa. Wherever you are residing in Africa, you have to join the Zoom meeting. The Prime Minister is going to speak to every Biafran residing in Africa for a very important message. Be in that town hall so that you can be able to ask your question. You can be able to speak to our Prime Minister directly and get the necessary informations that you desire. Wonderful Biafrans that are living across the world. You know that a lot of propaganda is happening. The enemies of Biafra are fighting so hard to distract the Biafran people, but we will never get distracted. Do not allow yourself to get distracted. It doesn't matter how the enemy tries. It doesn't matter the weapon of warfare they bring. It doesn't matter under which disguise they are hiding. Do not get distracted. You can see they are trying to use Biafrans to lure you into the one Nigeria again. You see Emeka Anyoko coming to the Asorok to speak about one Nigeria, which he knows that his people are not interested in. This is a distraction, and none of us must pay attention to it. Your focus should be on the restoration of independence of Biafra, which is coming very, very soon. The referendum is still going on. Self-referendum of the Biafran people, which have already recorded 49 million votes and still counting on the second phase. It will get to the third stage, and from the third stage, we get to the final stage where the result will be called in Finland, November to December. And on December 2nd, the declaration of the independent state of Biafra will be made, and Biafra land will be defended. So wherever you are in Biafran territory, you must pay attention to what is going on and give your contribution to Biafra, because in defense of Biafra land, it will be done with finance. It is not going to be done with empty hand. The Liberation Army of Biafra, they need equipment to defend the land, and you and I will provide that equipment. That is why a lot of things are put on the ground for Biafrans to be able to make their donations. You can donate through all the means to connect yourself to the restoration of Biafra. That is why the IOU loan is also introduced. The IOU loan is introduced, a place where you can make your donation to Biafra, and every contribution you make, every money you borrow to Biafran will be refunded to you with 100% interest. You are going to get 100% interest in any money you invest in the restoration of Biafra. Please, Biafran should engage in this IOU loan. Make your consultation, go to the website and apply. Reach out to all the media of Biafra government. They will tell you how to be able to engage in this loan. It has a lot of benefits, and it is for yourself. It is for Biafra. It is for our collective interest. Everybody should engage. Even if you are not a Biafra and you have the interest in investing in Biafra, follow up the IOU loan, make your investment. You will be glad you did. Wonderful Biafrans. It is very, very clear that Nigeria is irredeemable. We say it with all assurance. We say it with all confidence. We say it with evidence here and there. You see numerous evidence showing you that Nigeria is not one and will never be one. We just wake up and we'll hear that the government of Nigeria is trying to establish liaison offices in Biafra land. They want to employ liaison officers in Biafra land. When you hear them use this language, you will know that already they know that Biafra has existed. And they are trying to force us back, which will never ever happen. The delegitimization of the country called Nigeria has intensified and will continue until we exit completely. The only thing before us now is to prepare for the 1 month sit at home, the 1 month lockdown of Biafran territory. We're going to lock every offices of the zoo in Biafran territory. This 1 month lockdown is focused on all the ministries, all the offices of Nigerian government in Biafra territory. It will be locked down for 1 month. Prepare for it. Prepare for it wherever you are. It is going to happen. Nigeria has come to an end. We cannot continue to be in this very contraction, in an entity that is irrelievable, in an entity that is making its own people slave, in an entity that wants to take the life of its own people. We cannot, and we will never be part of it anymore. We have tried our best, and it is not working out. It is time to go home. And in case you think Nigeria is going to work, I am going to show you a video where you will see the politicians gathered and where you see somebody talking about the situation of Nigeria, how irredeemable it is. Listen with your mind. After listening, go to the comment section and put your comments. Listen with a clear mind. You will understand that Nigeria is irredeemable. It does not matter how you try. Every single politician you see today, they are just waiting for their own turn to start stealing. And they have baptized fraud and stealing to be national cake. Every single one of them is waiting for their own opportunity. The best thing to do is to dissolve this entity that is not meant to benefit anybody. Dissolve it and start a fresh nation where people will have dignity and respect for themselves. Watch this very video I'm about to play. You are going to get a lot of lessons from it. Let's watch.
For the Hague Institute for Innovation of Law, but I've had the privilege in my past life to be a politician. So when you talk about mad dogs and corrupt people and bias, I cringe. The judiciary should not be seen mingling with politicians. Who are the judiciary? They're Nigerians. And I think that's for me, I think that is the root of the problem. Somehow, you become a governor and you're no longer a Nigerian. Somehow you become a judge, you're no longer a Nigerian. You're a president and you're no longer a Nigerian. And that is the root of the problem. It is a Nigerian problem. If you're a corrupt Nigerian and you're made a judge, you will be a corrupt judge. If you're a corrupt Nigerian and you become a SAN, you will become a corrupt SAN. The problem is a Nigerian problem. It starts from the home, it starts from the communities. We don't even hold each other accountable any longer. So, sir, I equally have a question for you. Perhaps we should legislate who people marry. Why should a prominent politician's wife be able to be a judge? It should be against the law. You see somebody that I laugh at it. He's a prominent politician, and his wife climbs up and becomes a Supreme Court justice. We have to regulate these things. And some people will say, how can you regulate love? You're not regulating love, you're regulating sanity and discipline. If your wife needs to be a judge, then you need not be an elected official. You must pick one. Let us get serious. Let us get serious. You hear court judgment, and the judge sitting there is the wife of a senator, and the senator comes on the floor of the Senate and tells us, well, in the bedroom, I have negotiated for some of you, and we laugh. So I'm calling on all of us, because I was talking to my friend, Dr. Gash. I was saying to him that the simplistic response to all of our problems is to blame the judiciary. The simplistic solution to all our problems is to blame politicians. If I didn't tell you today that I am a politician, or I was a politician before I went on sabbatical, I don't look like one. I don't speak like one. But let me tell you another problem before I sit down, having listened to our speaker. The bigger problem is, I have to humbly tell you that the politicians you see on your television, in the Senate, the National Assembly, are finished products of a very corrupt root. I remember the first time I was just coming back from the US when I ran for Federal House of Reps. I went to one of the delegates' house, and I must say this with all sense of humility. The man couldn't speak English, was a secondary school dropout, was riddled with poverty. I was trying to understand, how can this man gauge if I'm good enough to represent him? I could barely sit on his seat. The house was filthy. All of you politicians know what I'm talking about. But multiple people like him were responsible to vote for who was going to represent them. And then you wonder what is wrong. With all due respect, it's not lawyers that pick these people. It's not people seated here that choose who is going to represent their parties. Let's get serious. From the root is corrupt. When it's time to pick those delegates, politicians pick delegates who cannot barely understand the system. All they know is the brown envelope. And you let them elect your senators and House of Reps members, and what do you expect to get out of it? Let's get serious. When they're writing these delegates, most of them are not even educated. They can't read, they can't write. They don't understand anything. They're waiting for the bags of rice. They don't care about issues. Give me the money. And then finally, because maybe this is not the right time to say all this, but finally, before I sit down, I want to challenge us. Are you waiting for your turn? Because the last election to me was the most sincere. A man who is now, with all due respect, our president, said it is his turn. I felt that was the most sincere statement, because amongst the political class, amongst the judges, amongst the judiciary, the legislative, all of us are waiting for our turn. Our turn for the embarrassingly reality that we are left to cater to ourselves. The very nature of the Nigerian state is what is creating the electoral rot. Every Nigerian is taking care of themselves. So when you are elected, when you're looking for office, you're looking for a means to take care of yourself. Pay school fees, pay for your electricity, pay for water, pay for the road, pay for everything. Even your security you pay for. So tell me, how can you elect me and expect me, who is coming for my own slice of the national cake, to protect yours? The problem is all of us sitting here and those sitting out there. It may be simple to hold the judiciary responsible, but what I hold them responsible for, with all due respect, is before you became a judge, you were a Nigerian. And sir, because you're the governor we're seeing, you were once a governor, and now you are the chairman of the ruling party. Before all of that, you were a Nigerian. Let's think about Nigeria first. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for watching this program from beginning to the end. After listening to this woman, you can agree with me that everything you see the politician doing today is pretense. They know that Nigeria is not going to work for anybody. They know very well. But they don't have the balls to work for the people, nor do something that will benefit the people. They are only working for themselves and making sure they keep the status quo to satisfy their greed. And we will not be part of that kind of entity. Fellow Biafran, the restoration of Biafra is the only way out, and Biafra will definitely be restored under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Support the restoration of Biafra the best way you can. That is the way to go. Thank you for joining this program. Please like and share to other platforms, and Chukwu Biama will bless you. Biafra government, peace, unity, progress, and equity. We move airborne. It's Biafra. Freedom or die.